Hello, hi, thanks for coming in. It's Lisa from Critters'n Ink Designs in Ontario, Canada. And today I'm going to be making some really cute candy cane little treat things. This is one that I made last year. And this is one that I made this year. And then I'm also going to do an alternative. And this one has like a little notebook. Hi, Joy. Hi, Tina. This one has a little notebook and a candy cane and a pencil. And then on the front here, I've just glued a little eraser. So I made something similar for our delivery guys for last year, just, when they come to the door. And they thought they were great. So this year I'm going to do them again. Oh, Joy, you're so sweet. Joy has to be nice to me. She's my sister-in-law. Hi, Susan. How are you? We need to get together. Yeah, so we're going to be doing these today. And there's a couple of things. Let me just bring this up. There's free shipping for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday till midnight, I guess. Midnight Mountain Time. So free shipping on orders of $100 or more. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd use my host code there. And, oh, what the heck? Hold on. I can't turn it off. There. You try something new and you know it's going to screw up. I'm slowly getting more, I guess, well versed in the electronics. I totally suck at it, to be honest with you, but I guess the more I use it, the more easy it gets. And I don't get to do this as often as I really would like to. I've been spending a lot of time at my daughter's. She travels for work. And so I've been spending a lot of time at her place. And it's really difficult to bring all the shenanigans to go with doing a video. I have tried it a couple times and it's really, really stressful. So I guess I'll get better at it the more I do. So anyway, so why don't we get started? Oops, what did I just do here? Okay, why don't we get started? So the first one I'm going to do is this one. And it's super simple, really fast to put together. Oh, thanks, Susan. And we, Susan actually, I think, has done one of these. I think we did them at a class maybe last year. So for this one, I'm going to, let me switch down on my desk here. So here we are. Let me move this over. I'm going to zoom in a smidgen here. So, excuse me. So what we need is our pieces for the holder and then to decorate it. And so the paper that I used on this one was called the tartan foil, and I think this was I think it's an online exclusive. I'm not 100% sure, but I love this. So it comes in the silvery gray, so it's white and silver on one side, and then like a taupey silver on the other side. And then this red one, oh, it's not red, sorry, it's copper clay. It looks red with my lights. So you have the copper clay, isn't that pretty, on that side, and then this on the other side. Like, that is absolutely stunning. Super, super cute. And then the other one is Lost Lagoon, I think. Let's see if I can get it out. So you have the Lost Lagoon shimmer on this side, and then that's stunning on the other side. Isn't that amazing? Oh, love it. So that's the paper that I used for this one. This doesn't even do it justice because the paper is so beautiful. And then for this little wreath, I cut this out of the Reindeer Fun bundle of the dies. And I just used the opposite side of this one. So I used just my scraps. Well, here's my scrap right here that I cut out the wreath from that side for this one here. And then for the one that we're doing today, I'm using Snowy Scene. And I'm going to be using this paper here. And I think this is actually my last little smidgen of this paper. I kind of like have one little piece left about the size of this because I absolutely love these snowflakes. I'm a snowflakeaholic. I absolutely love them. So this Snowy Scene paper is super, super cute. And I'm also going to cut out a little penguin. Let's see if I have a little piece kicking around. I'll cut out a little penguin with the dies from the Snowy Wonder die set. That is part of the Snowy Wonder bundle. This is the Snowy Wonder stamp set. And then we have the Snowy Wonder die set as well. And it's available currently as a bundle. And I'm pretty sure that it's on the last chance list right now. And so what the last chance list is, it used to be called the clearance rack. So they've renamed it, and it's now the last chance page. And they're going to be updating it on a regular basis. So when things are ready to retire, that's where they're going to go. And some things will be discounted, some things won't be. But the, let me just put myself up in the corner here. There we are. Oh, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So some things will be discounted, some things won't be. And they will only be there as long as they're available. So, yeah, if you want to check that out, I'm just gonna see if I can fix my screen here. I guess that's how big it is. I'm just surprised why it's so dark. Something's not right with this here because it's so black here. I don't know. Well, hopefully I'll stay within the screen. I don't know why I have that black border on the side here. I shouldn't have that, but anyway. Technology and I are not friendly. Okay, so for this, the little candy cane box, we're going to do that one first. For the box itself, you need a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 2. And then another piece to actually make the box that is 4 by 2. And then to decorate it, I have a piece of shaded spruce that is, let me see, 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then for the back, I have another piece of shaded spruce that is also 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. And for the back, I have a piece of basic white that's 1.5 by 5.5. So we'll put that aside because we don't need that quite yet. And let's see, for the front, I also have a piece of shaded spruce that is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and a piece of the designer paper that is 1.5 by 1.5. And then to go on here, I have a piece of designer series paper that is 1 3, no, wait, 1.5 by 5.5. Okay, so let me grab my trimmer. If you have a scoring board, you can use that as well. My scoring board is 12 by 12. It's pretty big, so I'm just going to use my trimmer. So my 8.5 by 2 piece, I need to score it so that I can create a box. So I'm going to score it at 2 inches. Now, you want to make sure you use the right blade. I was doing something the other day and thought I was scoring, and I actually cut my paper in half and had to start all over again. So yeah, make sure you use the light colored blade, not the dark one. That's your cutting tool. So I want to be at 2 inches. And 2.5, I think. Yeah, 2 inches and 2.5. Oops, see, I almost did it again. I just grabbed for it automatically. So 2.5. And then for the other piece that is 2 by 4, I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. Um, 1 inch. Three inches. And 3.5. Okay, so that's 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 inches, and 3.5. And I think that's all I need this for now. So this is so easy. So I've got my bone folder here. I'm just going to fold and burnish my little score lines. And same on the bottom here. I'm just going to fold and burnish my little score lines. Oh, thanks, Tina, for sharing. That's great. I appreciate that. If you guys want to tell me where you're from, that would be great. I'm in southeastern Ontario, about an hour, just an hour and a bit north, or not north, east of Toronto. So what I need now is my tear and tape. And I really like tear and tape for this because it holds really, really well. So I'm just going to put some tear and tape on right by the first score line. So right across here, right at the first score line here. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay. So I've done it a couple different ways. I've done it where you can put this, like have your tear and tape on like do it this way so that you have your seams at the back and then cover it up with your, what do you call it, with your, like this part. Or I like to do it personally so that everything is on the inside and it's covered up, and then you don't have anything on the outside, like on the back. It's just clean, and then you're just going to put your what do you call it, your this on the back like that. So first thing I'm going to do, sorry, my it's really dry in here. I'm going to find my glue, which I just had, and now who knows where it is. Oh, here. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the front of this panel, the first panel, like that. And I'm going to remove the backing from the tear and tape. Like that. So I'm going to line this up so that the tops are flush like this. And then I'm just going to bring this over and I'm going to line up the edge with the score mark like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to tuck that in and I'm just going to line up the edge like this. There. So there's our little box. Super quick, super simple. Yeah. So I'm just going to use my bone folder just to burnish down that tear and tape so that it stays, you know, so that it's really going to stick well. And then this isn't going to shift because I put the liquid glue underneath here. So to decorate this, it's really, really easy. So I have my 2 pieces of shaded spruce. So I have one with the designer paper, the snowy, what was it called again? Snowy Scene designer paper. And that's going to go on the inside of our box. And then I have the other piece, which is the same size. What did I say? It was 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. And that's this one is for the back. So let's go ahead and put this together. So what I almost forgot to do on the one that I made the other day was put my ribbon behind. So you can do that a couple of ways too. So I'm not going to be stamping on this. If you were going to be stamping on your basic white, I would wait to stamp first and glue later, but I'm not going to stamp on this. I'm going to cut out a little penguin instead. There. So this is going to just go right in here like this. But what I want to do first is put a piece of ribbon behind my designer paper. So I don't know how big I need here. Let me just check. Will I tie a bow or will I tie a knot? Let's tie a bow. So I'm just checking to see how big I need this to be. So I don't need a huge bow, I just need a little bow. So that's good enough. So I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape. Where do I want that? Probably about maybe just halfway, kind of there-ish. So I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape here for my ribbon. And I'm just going to lay my ribbon here. Does that have? Close enough. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Like that. And then on the back, I'm just going to glue this right to the back like that. I didn't make them. My friend Doreen, who was here last weekend for our crafting weekend that we do every month, she made these little boxes using these pencils and erasers. And what I did for them was I had a panel at the back like this for these little boxes, which I'm going to do the video later this week, is I pre-cut a bunch of papers that would fit like this, but on the back of this little box, which was about maybe that big. And I had my granddaughter who's just 5, and so she wrote her name on all of them. She's giving them to her classmates. So if you're going to be doing that with your little people, if they're going to hand these out to their classmates, then I would suggest that you have them write their name on the back before you actually glue that panel onto your box, because it's going to be really awkward for a little one to try and write when you've got a candy cane sitting in here and things like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is decorate my front. Now I didn't really plan for a sentiment for this, but I could. And then I'm just going to put my snowy scenes also on the front like this. Super cute. And then I have my candy cane, and that's just going to go right in here like this. But I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on. I tried to find longer candy canes when I was at the store the other day, and they just didn't have them. They only had this size, which kind of annoyed me, but I mean, who am I to demand certain size candy canes, right? So, yeah, I wish they, I had some longer ones from last year, but when I was cleaning out my craft room a few weeks ago, they were in there, these candy canes from a couple of years ago, and they were pretty scary looking. So I threw them all out. Oh, my glue thing is sticking to me and not to my candy cane. Okay, so now I'm just going to pop that in there like that. If you wanted to, you could probably stick some little, that shredded, whatever you call it, shreddy gift stuff in there to just so that this, if you don't have the longer candy canes, just to support it. All right, so I'm going to tie this. And I actually probably could have put the ribbon down a little bit lower, but oh well. Oh well. Oops. There. Isn't that cute? So cute. And if you had little jingle bells, I do have some, but I can't remember where I put them. You know, when you do a reorg and you think you're so organized and you put stuff in a safe place, well, they're in a safe place somewhere. I don't know where, but that's okay. I'll find them in the springtime when I'm doing my spring cleanup. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take the dies from the Snowy Wonder, and there is a die for the penguin. So I'm going to grab that little penguin guy. Here he is. Now, he doesn't fit all of the penguins because some of the penguins have little toques. So this one wouldn't fit. I would cut his pom-pom off, but it does fit this little guy with the scarf. So we're going to cut him. I'm just going to put a piece of tape on that to hold it. But you can see how fast these are if you do all your cutting at once, and you could just put these things together so quickly. So if you're new, just popping in, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to hear where you're watching from. Oh, Tina, that's a great idea for your church dinner. There, so I have my mini trimmer here. I'm just going to zoom out a hair here. Okay, and I've got my plates. My well-loved plates, poor things. They look so ratty, but they work. And I'm just going to run that through. So when you're using the mini, your base plate is just a small, thin little white plate like this. So you're going to use a number 1 and 2 number 2s. There used to be a menu on here to tell you what to do, but it's well worn off. So you just need your base plate plus your 2 cutting plates. And so I'm just going to run that through like this. And there we have our little cute little penguin. Isn't he sweet? So cute. So I'm just going to, I was going to put him on the back. Well, maybe I'll cut out 2 and put 1 on the front. Or I could put a sentiment on the front. I wanted to do Season's Greetings, but it's way too big for the, I wonder if Let It Snow will fit. What does that say? Happy New Year. I don't want that one. Let It Snow. It does, but again, I should have stamped it before I put this together. What I could do though is just make a little label for there, and then put my penguin on the back. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'm going to put this little guy here. I'm going to do some Wink of Stella on him. I put Wink of Stella on everything. I just love my Wink of Stella. Should I do the whole thing? No, I think just his scarf and his little eyeballs. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so I'm going to glue him on the back. So cute. And let me find a scrap of white somewhere. So I have a piece of basic white. Grab a block and some real red. How do I want to do this? I think I'll just do this. And then I think I'm just going to fussy cut it out. Because, you know, I'm so good at fussy cutting. I'm not. But you know what? Just trim that here. There. Close enough. Not bad, eh? So then I'm just going to pop this up on a dimensional right here. With cat hair. There, like that. And pop that right there. And there we have number one. Isn't that stinking cute? I love it. Super cute. And then again, you could stamp something up here prior to gluing your background on. But that's so adorable. I love these. So the next one we're going to do is, I've modified it a little bit to hold a little notebook and a pencil. And there's an eraser on here. I just stuck that on with a glue dot and a candy cane. So for that one, you know what? I'm going to put this die away because I will lose it and that will make me crazy. So let me just put that away. And I'll show you what I used for my for the inserts. So these come in a package of 30 erasers. This is what's left. So there were 30 in here, and they're all different. There's a little penguin, snowman, like a little elf, Santa. I have no idea. Oh, it's a. I'm looking at it upside down. It's a gnome, a little gnome, gingerbread, and Mrs. Claus. This Mrs. Claus is super cute. So there's 30 of those. And then right beside those, I just got these at the dollar store. There's these little notebooks. And I tore off the top. I don't know how many notebooks are in here, but I think there were 24 maybe? I'm not sure. but all these different little notebooks to coordinate with the erasers. And then also these pencils. And I think there were 12 pencils in a pack. So I have those as well. So I get this stuff out of the way. And so to make this one, let me grab my bits here. Just get my notes. Okay, because I changed the dimensions a little bit. So for this one, the base is 2 3/8 by 11. Now it doesn't have to be 2 3/8. You could do 2.5, I think. I did 2 3/8 just because I wanted it a little bit snugger. And then for my decorative, I used the same papers that I used for the other one. And this one, the cardstock is 2 1/8 by 7. And the designer paper is 1 oops, that's the wrong one. Well, I guess I'll have to trim it. I didn't trim this one. It's supposed to be 1 7/8 by 7. I could have sworn I trimmed it, but I guess I didn't. So this will be 1 7/8 by 7, and I'm going to trim that. And then to make the box, you need a piece of cardstock that is 2 by 4 7/8, and we're going to score this. And then I also have a piece of the shaded spruce that is going to go on the front of the box that is 2 1/8 by 1 7/8. And then I have a piece of designer paper that is 1 7/8 by 1 5/8. And I will list the dimensions in the description of the video when I'm finished. And then for the back, I have a piece of shaded spruce that is 2 1/8 by 8, and a piece of basic white that is 1 7/8 by 7 3/4. Okay, so let's get started. So what I need to do first is score. Let me get all this out of my way. I need to score my red cardstock. So this is real red. And this is 11 by 2 3/8. So I'm going to score it at 2. And again, make sure you use the right blade. 2 inches and 2 5/8. Is that right? Yeah. I think 2 5/8. So that's that piece. And then the piece for the box is 2 by 4 7/8. Just make sure that's right. 4 7/8. Yeah. So I'm going to score this at 5/8. So 5/8, for those of you who are ruler challenged, you have 1 1/2. Oh, sorry, you have a 1/2 inch. And then the next bigger one is 2 5/8. I don't know why I have 2 in my brain. So there's half. I'm going to move it over to 5/8. Like that. I'm going to score there. And then I'm going to score at 1 1/4. It's all right. Yeah, 1 1/4. And then I'm going to score it again at 3 5/8. And 4 1/4. So you can see it's a little bit bigger than the one that we did previously, but we have to account for the book and the pencils and whatever. So that's our scoring done. So we're just going to go ahead and fold. You can burnish your lines if you want to. It's always a good habit to get into, scoring your lines, right? So if you're just joining us, don't forget to say hi and tell me where you're watching from. So I'm going to score this one again as well. Or not score it, burnish it. There. So we have our base piece. And then this one is going to go on to the front like this. It's funny when I'm looking at my monitor here, it looks like I'm using Poppy Parade. It's so much brighter, but it's real red. And then, so this is going to go just like the other one, like this. So let's get some tear and tape. And we're going to put tear and tape on the bottom here. Can't believe how cold and wet it is today. It's above 0, but it's raining and it's really, really damp and cold. I am not ready for this. I'm not a winter person at all. I don't like winter. So, am I doing this right? Yes. So I'm going to glue this here. And I'm going to pop this on here. Like that. And then I'm going to peel off my carrier sheet. I guess it's not a carrier sheet. I don't know what you call that, the backing. And create our box like we did before. So again, I'm just folding this in and I'm lining up my score line with the edge of my back here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just tuck it in. And when you do that, make sure that you push your bottom right to the edge of your paper so that you don't have a big gap there. You want that to sit nice and flush. And make sure that your edges are snug like that. There we go. Oh, did you shift over? Yes, you did. I'm going to try and shove that in a little bit. There. So just burnish that down with your bone folder to make sure that it's well stuck. Because once it's stuck, it's going to stay like that. So, okay. Just checking on the chat. Either you're very, very quiet or somehow it's disconnected. Okay, so now I have my other pieces. And I think on this one, I may actually stamp something on the front. I wonder if that other one will fit. Season's Greetings. I don't think it will. Let's see. Barely. Should we try it? Freezing rain. Oh, yuck. I haven't been outside today. I absolutely need to go Christmas shopping. I've been a little Scroogey. I'm like, I don't want to go. I can't seem to wrap. It seems like it just jumped right in my face, Christmas, and I'm not ready for it. If I put it on an angle like that, it'll fit. Why don't we do that? So let me swap out I'm just going to clean this. I guess because I've been away from home so much this past month, that I just haven't been able to get into the swing of things. Like I don't know, I feel kind of Scroogey. We put our tree up this weekend. We were supposed to have some of Glenn's family were supposed to come this week, but they canceled because of the weather. They live between Ottawa and Montreal, and they just felt that it wasn't worth risking their lives on the highways. So we'll get together when the weather is a little bit better. And you know, just as well, having been away so much, I just feel like I need to regroup. That's better. I need to kind of regroup. I would have loved to see them. Glenn's family is fantastic. All of his sisters and his brother, they're great. I can't imagine having a family where everybody just is so great. I just love them from the minute I met them. They're the best. And so anyway, they were supposed to come yesterday and stay for better part of the week, and then they canceled just because there was a storm. Like yesterday, we had a bit of a storm, and was it yesterday? No, Saturday, I guess. So that's unfortunate, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so that's going to go on the back. So this is going to go like this, but I want to put my ribbon around this one first. So let's glue this. I guess this hangs over a little bit. I could have trimmed it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be hidden anyway, so I don't really care. I'm just going to glue it down. So I'll put the glue on this side. Now be careful if you put the glue on the bigger piece. You want to make sure that you don't go right to the edges, because this is 1/4 inch smaller than this. So I typically put the glue on my smaller pieces because you don't want glue oozing out. Actually, I'm just going to do that. It's a little bit longer. I just won't go to the bottom. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue, and I'm going to pop that on here. Like that. And then I'm going to grab some ribbon. I'm going to use the same ribbon I used before. And I think this time I'm going to glue it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to glue this down first. I'm going to do this a little bit differently this time. So let me glue that in first. And I'm just centering it on the real red here so that my margins at the top and the sides are the same, which is why I use liquid glue, because you can move things around if you need to. And then I'll put my ribbon around. And I need to figure out where I want my ribbons to go. So I've got my little book and my pencil. So this little book is a penguin. The pencil is a penguin. And I'm going to grab the penguin eraser. Sorry, that's noisy. There, penguin eraser. So that's going to go here, like that, with the little penguin sitting there. And then I think I'll cut out another penguin and put him on the back as well. 44 in rain. You're ready for snow. You know what? I don't mind the snow. What I don't like is when, like here, we're in southern Ontario, so we don't even get as much weather, I don't think, as the northern New York. It snowed like the dickens the other day. We had quite a bit of snow, and my husband had to use a snow blower. And then yesterday it was above 0, and most things melted, and now we're having freezing rain, so it's going to be whatever froze overnight, because it was -5 when I got up this morning. We're talking centigrade for, if you're in the States. It was -5 when I put the cat out this morning, and right now it's just stopped raining. It looks like I have a big window in my room here. It looks like it just stopped raining here, but what it's doing, like elsewhere, I don't know. But what happens is you end up with a layer of ice, a layer of snow, and then it gets more ice on top, and then you get more snow, and before you know it, it's treachery. You walk down, and then we have a thing called black ice, And it looks like there's no ice, but it's actually very slippery ice, and you could break your neck walking to the car. So for this one, I think, I'm trying to remember where's my other one that I made? Oh, it's right here. So I put the candy cane and the pencil behind and just stuck them there with glue dots. So I'm going to do that with this one as well. Let me finish decorating the front. So I've got my designer paper here. I'm going to pop that on there, centered. I saw on the news this morning that 2024 is the hottest month ever, I think. I think that's what I saw. Or the hottest year, sorry, not the hottest month. There we go. So that's on there. And then I need to figure out where I'm going to put my ribbon because I want it to hold my little book. Isn't that so stinking cute? I just love this. And my candy cane's going to go behind here. And my pencil will go behind here. So I just need some glue dots to put behind those things to hold them in place. So glue dot behind the pencil. Maybe I'll put two. Two little glue dots sitting on a roll. I'm easily entertained. Oh, God. Kind of been a long day. There. So I'm going to pop my pencil in there with my glue dots on the bottom. And I'm just going to... There. So they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my candy cane. So I'll put one up here. And one lower down. Like that. I wish I could have gotten the longer candy canes, but that's okay. And then I'm going to pop the book right in there. So I'm going to have my ribbon going around my book to hold that in place. And just looking for my reverse tweezers. I don't see them anywhere. I don't know. They could be anywhere. I'll just have to rough it. Okay, so I really miss my tweezers. They're here somewhere, but okay, this isn't working for me. Here, hold on. I'm having a moment. Okay. This is pretty flexible ribbon too. Can you imagine if I was using something that was stiff? Good grief. I'd be pulling my hair out. That's why, see how loose that is? I need my tweezers. Come to mama. That's weird. I don't know where I just had the darn things too. Don't you hate that? I remember one day I was looking for something madly, like a lunatic. I was looking for something. And it was sitting like right here. And I searched. I was looking all over the place, out opening all the drawers and everything. And the bloody thing was sitting like right there. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Good. You gotta wonder sometimes if you're losing your marbles. So I know that as soon as I'm finished the video, my reverse tweezers will show up. Because I use them like every day, so they're here somewhere. But and there's always the worry with my cat. She throws things on the floor. And I always worry that if you don't have it sort of nailed down, she'll throw something in the garbage and you won't realize it until you can't find it. And then it's like, it's probably in the garbage because Georgie threw them there. There. That's better. Because I've been away so much, she's been really, really clingy and very needy. So I was, what was I doing yesterday? I was playing with some stencils, and every time I picked up a brush out of I keep my stencils in I don't know if you can see, probably not. I just keep them in a mug on top of my shelf over there. But I had them on my desk, and she was picking them up. Well, here, I'll show you. I'm just going to go to my main camera. I don't know why my things are not working here. There. So I keep them in this mug. And they were on my desk. And she would grab them with her little front teeth and pick it out and throw it on the table. And she went, and she just did like 3 or 4 of those. I finally just kicked her out of here and closed the door because I was getting absolutely nothing done. And I just had visions of inky brushes landing on exactly what I was trying not to get ink on. She's as cute as heck, but man, I'm telling you. Okay, back down to my desk. There we are. Yeah, she's she's cute, but she is something else. She's like having a toddler. She's like into everything. And especially if I've been away and she gets super needy, and then she gets really like annoying because she misses me and she wants all of my attention. Oh, I thought that was Georgie pushing the door. It was my husband. I thought it was Georgie pushing the door open. He's just borrowing something. My husband is a crafter too, sort of. He makes model airplanes, and but they're radio controlled, so they fly. And he's just rebuilding one that he crashed. Trying to think of when he crashed that. This does not want to stick on here. He crashed it a couple of months ago, and he totally demolished the thing, and he had to rebuild it. I'm going to try this again. I may have to use a dimensional. I was able to use a glue dot on the other one, and I don't know why the glue dot is not sticking on this one. So there's a glue dot. I've just popped a glue dot onto the back of this little penguin. And I'm going to stick it on there. So far, so good. Yeah, he's sticking on there. All right, so let me grab my die again, and my, I may have to grab, this one's missing an arm. Actually, I think it'll be all right. I'm just gonna use that guy. I need my dies and a little penguin. But aren't these cute? You can see how fast these go together. Just pre-cut out all your paper and then just go for it. Super cute. All right, so I'm gonna pop this on here. Like that. Just use a tiny piece of tape just so it doesn't move. All right. Come on. There we go. Oh, I think my die shifted. Maybe not. Let's see. He's missing an arm, but I think he's going to be okay. Maybe we'll give him a little candy cane or something to hold on to. You can stamp a little candy cane, give him a candy cane to hold on to. And a little piece of scrapola. Why not? Where's my red? Right here. Okay, and I'll grab my candy cane die. I love it when a plan comes together. Put my penguin back away. So this is just going to go on here. There. Oh, joy. We had some friends over for dinner on Saturday night and we made Jim's meatballs. They were so good. My brother-in-law has this recipe for mozzarella ball stuffed meatballs. So we had our friends over the other night for dinner. We haven't seen them in weeks because I've been away so much. So I made Jim's recipe for these meatballs and they were so good. They were so good that I had a meatball for breakfast today. Some leftovers for breakfast. I'm a real savory person. My husband said, you know, what do you want for breakfast? Do you want like French toast or any of that? And I'm like, nope, I'm having me a meatball because they are so good. Okay, so let's glue this little fellow to the back here, and then I'm going to give him his candy cane. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there, pop him on here like that. And I wonder, put this little candy cane on a mini dimensional. I'm just going to use my take your pick tool here. Perfecto. There. Oh, how stinking cute is that? Yes. Super stinking cute. Okay, so I'm going to glue that to the back. Like this. And voila. There. Isn't that adorable? Love it, love it, love it. There. So there's that one. This is one I made the other day. And, oh, here's that other one that I made. Where's the one I just made? Here we are. And then this is the one that we just finished. Super cute. Isn't that adorable? There. Really, really easy. Fun, fun, fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I was hoping to hit 1,000 subscribers by December. I'm in the 600s, so I don't think I'm going to hit 1,000. But if you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you did. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And I will post the dimensions in the description below as soon as I post this. And I'm going to let you go. Thanks for joining me. Have a great afternoon and stay safe. Be careful of the ice. Bye for now.